Now we're going to apply our distributive property to a situation where our term out front has a 2 and an x. All right, so when we're multiplying through, we have to multiply our numbers to numbers. Remember, there's an invisible 1 right here, and we have to multiply our letters to our letters. So 2 times 1 gives us 2. Now, x times x, if I gave you a question like this, where I'm not going to use the number 2, I'm going to use the number 3. If I told you write this differently, you would write it as 3 squared or 9. So if you're taking the same thing and you're multiplying it by itself, it becomes squared. Over here, x times x is going to become x squared because you're multiplying it by itself. Then we move the 2x, we move over to our multiplication by 3. So the 2 gets multiplied by a positive 3, that's positive 6, and because there's no x value with this one, this x just comes along for the ride. And that one's done. So let's make it harder. How did we make it harder? Gave you 3 things. Exact same concept. I like the arrows. I still do them when I'm not as young as I used to be. I like showing that there's going to be a little bit of this business happening right now. Boom, boom, boom. So this 3 is going to multiply by the 1 in front of the x squared, and then the x squared is just going to come along with it because there's no x with 3 to do anything different. So it'll be 3x squared. Then the 3 is going to get multiplied by the negative 2, and there's no x with it, so this x is just going to stay. It'll become negative 6x. And then the 3 is going to get multiplied by the positive 1. And we're done. Let's make it harder. Wow. Expand and simplify. So what this wants you to do is it says do the arrows. Do the expanding part. This is your arrow business. But then put things together. This is like terms. So let's see what happens when we do this. Where are my arrows? And then we get 6x. 6 times x is 6x. 6 times positive 2 is positive 12. 2 times 3x gives us 6x, because 2 times 3 is 6. And then 2 times negative 8, use your calculators, is a negative 16. Once we get to this point, we look for things that are like terms. And we've got a 6x and a 6x, and then we've got a positive 12 and a negative 16. So we can put our like terms together. We'll take the 6x, and I'm just taking this purple 6x and I'm moving it over here. And then the positive 12 is right here, and I'm taking this negative 16 and I'm just putting it at the end. Okay, so 6x plus 6x. Now, when we were multiplying, that's when you ended up with x's squares. But this is like 6 apples plus 6 apples gives you 12 apples. You don't get 12 squared apples, like you just get 12 apples. So this is 12 x's. That's it. And then 12 minus 16, that'll give us a negative 4. Please use your calculator here. Use your calculator. Calc. Nice. That's it.